What up, gang? We back with another YouTube video. Today, I guess not today, but I uploaded two consistent YouTube videos, but I'm going to be honoring the great man named Martin Luther King. I'm going to be telling you a little bit about that man. You may know of what he did, who he is, kind of facts. Maybe you did not know about Mr. Martin Luther King. Starting off with fact number one. Martin Luther King's first name was not Martin. It was actually, his birth name was Michael. Michael, I guess, or Martin Luther, MLK, was born on January 15th, 1929. In 1934, his father, and a pastor at Atlanta's Ebenezer Baptist Church, went to Germany and inspired Martin Luther King Sr., which was his dad, to change his name to Martin, and as well as his 5-year-old son, which was Lil MLK Jr. For some of you that don't know, Martin Luther King, I guess everybody should know, but everybody does know. Let me back up. Martin Luther King entered college at the age of 15. He was very gifted. He skipped grades 9 and 12 before enrolling into college at the age of 15, like I said, in 1944 at the College of Morehouse, which is the alma mater of his father and his maternal grandfather. He did not intend to follow the family, their vocation, until the president noted that, or convinced him to, kind of follow the theologian ways, and MLK was ordained before graduating college with a degree in sociology. Dr. King also received his doctorate in systematic theology. And to be honest, systematic theology, I should have looked up the definition. Let me run it back right quick. Systematic theology. All right. According to Google, just so I can cite my sources, systematic theology is a branch of theology concerned with summarizing the doctrinal traditions of a religion, such as Christianity, especially with a view of relating the traditions convincingly to the religion's present-day setting. So that's another little tidbit, little fact, little snack. The next fact that I have for you guys is the famous "I have a dream" type speech. Was not his first time at the Lincoln Memorial, where that famous speech was done. He actually did it 6 years prior, when he was the civil rights leader who spoke. He was a civil rights leader who spoke of the great emancipator during the prayer pilgrimage for freedom in May 17th, 1957, before a crowd of estimated 15 to 30,000 people. And that's a lot of people, especially for back then. It was his first national address on the topic of voting rights for African Americans and stuff like that. In that speech, he urged Americans to give us, as in African Americans, the ballot, and he drew strong reviews and positioned him at the forefront of the civil rights leadership. He was also he was imprisoned almost 30 times. According to the King Center, the civil rights leader went to jail 29 times, and he was arrested on acts of civil disobedience and on trumped-up charges, which means, in a hypothetical universe, somebody said this man stole something when he didn't, but he got charged anyway. That's my understanding of it. He was jailed in Montgomery, Alabama in 1956 for driving 30 miles per hour in a 25 mile per hour zone. Blows my mind, I know, boom, it's crazy. But that's kind of just, how things were back then. It's very unfortunate, but we back. Everything is good now. The next fact that I have, he narrowly escaped a assassination attempt 10 years prior to when, he died. Excuse me. The first assassination attempt was done on September 20th, 1958. He was in Harlem signing copies of his new book, and it was called Stride Towards Freedom. And the woman asked if he was Martin Luther King Jr., and after he said yes, the lady said, "I've been looking for you for 5 years," and she plunged a 7-inch letter opener into his chest, and the tip of the blade came to along his aorta, which it's part of your heart. And he underwent hours of surgery, emergency surgeries, And the surgeons later told Dr. King that if he would have sneezed, the letter opener would have punctured his aorta and killed him. From his hospital bed, where he was laying obviously for weeks, King issued a statement affirming his nonviolent principles and said that he felt no ill will towards his mentally ill attacker. The last public speech that he had before his death was told in Memphis on April. Let me back up. He had to come to Memphis in April of 1968 to support the strike of the city boys as black garbage workers. In a speech on the night before his assassination, he told the audience of the Mason Temple Church, and I quote, "Like anybody, I would like to live a long time. Longevity has its place, but I'm not concerned about that right now. I've seen the promised land, and I may not get there with you, but I want you to know tonight that we as a people will get to the promised land, and I'm happy tonight. I'm not worried about anything, and I'm not fearing any man. My eyes have seen the glory of the coming Lord." And the last kind of sad fact that I will say, his mother was also struck and killed by a bullet on June 30th, 1974. His mother, Alberta, which was 69 years old, she was playing an organ inside of her church, the Ebenezer Baptist Church, when Marcus Wayne Chenault Jr. rose from the front pew, drew 2 pistols, and began firing shots, which did strike one of the bullets did strike Martin Luther King's mother, and ended up, the deranged gunman said that Christians were his enemies, and although he had received divine instruction to kill King's father, who was in the congregation, that's why he was there, he killed his mother instead because she was closer. The shooting left the church, and obviously things were different. It would be weird, but Chenault received a death penalty sentence that was later changed to life imprisonment, in part due to King's family's opposition on capital punishment. And that is going to be the end of this video. I know a little spotty here and there, but it's all good. Thank you for watching. You can like and subscribe and comment if you'd like. But I hope you have a great day, and I will see you, I don't know, maybe next time. But all right,